Clever. Well, I was, like I said in my last video, I studied physics and I'm about to graduate. And there was this one problem where you had to prove that that all the gravity within, no, on the outside of a, so if you're like in a sphere of matter and you look at a point inside the sphere, um, if you look at a point inside the sphere, all the gravity from the layers outside of that point cancel out. And I had to prove that. So there's another physics student who had the idea um, to use lines that go through the point, like there's a point and then there's a line that goes through it, and to show that at each angle, the gravity from both sides cancels out. And he couldn't figure out how to continue with the proof, but I figured it out, and I guess that means I'm clever. Okay. Arrogant. I've been told by a few people that I'm arrogant, and I think I can be, but I think more often I can seem like I'm arrogant to stupid people, because when stupid people say stuff and it has a negative consequence for me, when their opinion is allowed to stand, I have to tell them why they're wrong. And some people really hate being told that they're wrong. They can't stand it. It's like the truth is their worst enemy, and all they want is to be right, always, which doesn't make sense if, anyway. So yeah, so I can appear arrogant to a lot of people because a lot of people are stupid. Jerks. Um, well, yeah, I can be a jerk sometimes. Usually it's like when um, sometimes what happens to me is I'll think of something negative to say that like I feel really strongly about, and and I won't be prepared for someone's response right before I say it, and so they'll say something that makes them vulnerable, and then I'll say it, and then I'll be like, oh man, that was kind of harsh, and I really believe what I said, so I usually don't apologize, and that makes me a bigger jerk. So dang it. But other ways that I could be a jerk. I try not to be a jerk. Brutal and direct. I think I'm less direct than most INTJs. Um, can't accept opinions of others. Okay, this is one of those when you're a stupid person and you approach an INTJ who has a pretty solid understanding of things that they spend most of their time thinking about instead of socializing. Um, when you're that stupid person, you tend to say things that are stupid, and the INTJ will tell you that you're wrong. So that means they can't accept the opinions of others. I like it when people tell me things that are wrong with me that I have the power to change. That's generally what you should tell people. Unless they are crazy, then just try not to make them mad. Um, but the thing about accepting the opinions of others is that other people have the benefit of not being you. And so when you listen to things they say, it's a separate brain. It's like a separate system of neurons working on a problem, a or an impression that they have, and trying to work it out and figure it out. And if you can't, if you just automatically assume that it's wrong, then you're going to miss out a lot of things. Everybody has something that they are better than me at. Um, and I don't remember what famous person said that, but it's true. So anyway, I I have an experience. Um, so I have a friend who's very outgoing and ridiculous, but parkour skills are pretty admirable, and he's pretty amazing. I went to Walmart with him one time, and he did a front flip over a shopping cart, and I was like, "What the heck? That is so cool!" And he's way good at skateboarding too. Um, so I asked him one time, Elias, you care a lot about appearances and stuff, which I'm assuming he took as a compliment. Um, so what do you think about my appearance? How should I change my appearance? And then he looked like he'd been waiting for a long time for an opportunity to tell me all these things. He's like, well, and I was like, just be direct. Whatever you say is fine. And he's like, well, uh, you are kind of overweight. And I was like, cool. All right. What else? And he's like, you should change your hairstyle. I think you should part it. And I was like, I asked him some details about what he meant, because it was really confusing and I was befuddled. Um, uh, yeah, this is why I'm not very good at talking. I get bored with the things that I say as I'm saying them, and I get distracted.